Alright, so in this video, it is going to be a raw talk of me, basically about trading. And before we get into any of that, you know, this is a trade I'm looking at right now. Basically, GBP USD, a bearish move for New York, as you can see right here. Yeah, but we'll see how price reacts in New York type session. Now, why did I get into trading? Now, before we get into that, at what age did I discover trading? Now, when I was about 12 or 13, so that was about 5, 6 years ago. I'm 18 now. I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this guy. His name was Morgan Trades. I think he's known as the SARR or SAAR Trades. Yeah, basically that guy. I was seeing charts like ups and downs, like all these cool greens and red stuff. Looks fucking cool, right? So I'm like, damn. Imagine just looking at charts and like, clicking buttons and you get money. That sounds fucking cool as a 12 years old. And pretty much I got into that. I started off with looking at chart stocks. I remember downloading TradingView and I have no fucking idea of where to click, what to click, whatever. And soon enough, I looked into crypto and I didn't trade anything yet. Didn't use any real money because I can't. I'm still 12, 13. So fast forward 2 years later, I discovered Forex. Basically, the moment I discovered Forex, I was like, damn, this actually looks even more simple because there wasn't like gaps like stocks, if you know what I'm talking about. Because if you were to look at stocks, there's like big gaps, and basically that doesn't look, kind of nice compared to the Forex charts. And yeah, and I was like, damn, if I got into trading, I could retire my parents. That would be cool, right? And guess what? That's when the downfall started, starting rotting all over the charts, staying in front of the computers all days, all nights. And mind you that time I was around grade 9 or 10 or 8, I'm not sure. But like I haven't like the school system, the homeworks, the schoolwork, it wasn't that much yet compared to grade 11 and grade 12. Like grade 12, as I just graduated from the big exam. Now, after I graduated, I am currently unemployed and there's a lot of things going on. So pretty much I have to get into med school, but we'll keep that aside because that is not what we're focused on in this video. And the next thing is that I have a coaching business, but I'm not that fully locked in with the business yet. So pretty much it is about fat loss, fitness, helping people lose weight because I've lost weight, basically crazy transformation if you want to see it on TikTok, Instagram, all those stuff, right? Now at this day and age, as of right now, I'm still debating whether I should go down with the business coaching, building a business. Basically, I'm planning to sell stuff too, and also providing as a service. Help people lose weight. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of going down that route, or basically uh, selling stuff, and also or trading. So pretty much both requires time. But the thing is that med school. So if you think about it, there's three stuff. Starting off is uh, med school. Second of all, coaching business and selling products, physical products. I was thinking about elbow wraps because as of right now, I am focused on benching. Basically, I'm trying to reach a 315 bench and I've been using hella elbow wraps. So it would be a good time to start selling elbow wraps. But if I were to think about it deeper, is it going to help me reach 10K? Probably not because it is more of like a fucking season item where I would probably only use it when I'm bulking. But as of for the fat loss, I can help people whenever they need it, right? Because it is mostly you can just speak it out or basically say from what you've learned, the experience you've been through, right? Now, the thing is that it is, right now, what day is it today? Yeah, so it is currently the 3rd of September 2025. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing yet because my parents, they're kind of pushing me to get into med school while, my brains, they're still kind of, you know, connected to trading and also building a coaching business. Uh, well, as of right now, I'm still having this self doubt whether if I didn't focus on, I mean, like, I kind of performed well in school too, but like, if I didn't perform that good, like, if I don't perform as good as when I did in high school, that means I have to run the business, the trading, the selling physical products all by myself if I want to reach financial freedom, right? Okay, so now let's move back to trading. Everything I know about trading, my strategy and my experience, my story about trading. Okay, so my story, when I was 11, 12, I discovered trading. I got into trading, for the final financial freedom. I wanted to retire my parents because I know damn well that, and by the way, back then, I was pretty much, exposed to the whole red pill, Andrew Tate, escape the matrix, make money online, all of that stuff. And, since 12, 13, it affected me. But I think it affected me in a good way because at this day and age, I believe that the school route, the university route, is not the best way if I want to live life to the fullest, especially with, parents retired and also, supporting my wife, giving my kids the best life. Probably not the best option, but like, my parents want me to do that because, the Asian parent route. Now, let's move on to trading. I'm making this video to document my process when it comes to trading. My fails, my wins, my fucking, like, trade journal. Yeah, journaling my trades. Like the strategy, the things I've learned, like what I should avoid, and all these stuff to first off, probably build a personal brand around my name, just to show people that it is fucking possible from a no life kid. Actually, not a no life. My family, the nice loving family. I love that, and I have friends. I have good friends, and life is good. So I wouldn't call that a no life, but like a kid with like kind of lost. I mean, I consider myself lost because I'm deciding whether if I go through the med school route, because that would require a lot of time, and or go with the making money online with business, not business but like business divided into two parts. That would be coaching people for weight loss and also selling physical products. Pretty much I want to build a e-commerce brand, but I believe that would require a fuck ton of time. Or maybe it's just my doubt as I'm speaking right now. And also trading. And number four side would be gambling on shit coins because it looks kind of cool though. Like imagine putting what, $10 and losing 100%. That would be, you would only lose $10, right? But if you win, that's either a 5x or a 1000x. That's fucking crazy money. What else? Alright, so now let's for real move back to my trading strategy. So pretty much I'm trading kind of similar to TJR. Actually, no, not similar, but I'm trading like TJR. So pretty much it is just based on liquidity sweep and draws on liquidities and key levels, and pretty much trading off the manipulation and trading the continuation. And yeah, pretty much that is all what his strategy is about. Now if you look at this part right here, so it is 3rd September 2025, 9:30, 9:30 p.m. UTC -4. So if you look at the charts right here, as you can see, the New York highs from previous day, yeah. So pretty much that will be the draws on liquidity. The what? If you sell, you buy. Yeah, the buy side liquidity. Yeah, so pretty much price swept that. London swept that part. So pretty much London manipulates the price from prior the New York previous market session, yeah. And now moving on to New York as of today, on the 9:30, I'm expecting it to move lower, lower to where, if you may ask. So pretty much the draw on liquidity, inside the London session. So that would be the inside draw on liquidity, or the out, like the low of London, pretty much the low of Asia and London all together. Yeah, I'm expecting price to target that. And yeah, because worst case scenario, price already swept all the liquidity, as you can see right here. And you can't see it, but if you were to look on your charts, you know 5 months from now, if you were to look on your charts, yeah, so pretty much price swept all the liquidities. And there's barely any key levels above. And yeah, there's no reason for price to move even higher, like what, 50 pips higher to fill that fair value gap, or 100 pips higher to reach that uh, buy side liquidity. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So the only sense that would actually make sense would for price to actually move down, right? So it is simple as that. And I'm still debating whether I should post this video on my channel, pretty much documenting everything my road to like becoming fucking rich, or basically post this on my other account, which is my trading account, where I would document everything, my trades, my thoughts, my bias, and fucking everything. But the thing is that I follow this one guy. His name is John Mark Stevenson. Yeah, so he divides like 3 videos to post. First of all would be a vlog. Second of all would be a raw talk video, the one I am doing right now. And third of all would be educational video. Now I'm still deciding whether I should make this video a fucking like fitness content, providing valuable stuff, just so that it would help me with my online business, because I also enjoy helping people. Because back then, when it was what, 18, oh, not actually 18, but like 15, 16, 17, yeah. So pretty much I coached my friends. So he was fat as fuck, around 120, 130 kilograms. He lost 20, 30 kilograms, and that is a big achievement for me. And also I've helped some of my kind of skinny friends bulked up. They gained weight about 10, 20 kilograms. My cousin, and basically helping people in general, coaching people on how to box, because I know how to box. I've been boxing since fucking like 12 years old. Yeah. So yes, I do enjoy helping people if they were to use that for the good, and it helps them improving their life. It helps them, with their life, making them happier and shit like that, get them healthier. And yeah. But about boxing, helping coaching people on how to box, there's this one guy where I would coach him, and he would use that boxing skill to beat up other people. And that's one thing I hate about coaching. Like, they would use the stuff I teach them and then abuse it on someone that didn't get the same education as I gave to them, if that actually makes sense. Now let's say I help this fat guy lose 100 fucking kilograms, or 50 kilograms, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, right? And then he uses that transformation to like flex on the other fat people, rather than help them, like making fun of them. Like, I fucking hate that type of people. So that is kind of also the reason why I feel like it is stopping me from going all in with like coaching. Because if people get the knowledge that I have when it comes to like fitness, building muscle, getting stronger, losing fat, I feel like if people were to use that knowledge and like step on others, like bringing other people down, it's kind of like a part, or a reason as of to why I kind of don't go all in into coaching, right? Now, as of for trading, the reason why I believe in trading so much, because when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I was like, fuck, the reason why I wasn't able to like make money off of trading, because first of all, I wasn't fully locked in with the charts because of school, study and shit. But that is pure excuse looking back. And also, like, on days where I would have to execute my trade, I would fucking be at school. And another thing is when I pull up charts, dang, it has been 15 minutes of this raw talk. Yeah, but now going back, yeah, when I was in school, if I were to pull out my fucking phone and like pull out the charts, all these numbers, lot size, selling, buying greens and reds, and my fucking friends would be like, "Have you made any fucking money yet? Is that a scam?" And I get what they're saying. Like back then, that shit was kind of famous too. Trading charts, green and red, cryptocurrency, all that bullshit. Yeah, it was going viral, and the thing was that there's lots of scam too. And yes, the money's crazy. So that is why they decided to ask me. I wouldn't blame that at all because I would ask myself too. But the thing is that I felt like if I didn't make this work, it would fucking, be embarrassing. Because I am that type of person to say things and get it done. Like losing 20 pounds, actually not 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 20 kilograms. If I were to say it, I would get it done. If I were to say I would get lean this summer, I will get it done. If I were to go on a run, I would go on a run. If I were to wake up early, like no matter what, I would do it. And the thing is that people would know about it, right? So the thing about me, the thing about like my head is that when people know it, there's this one thing, like people would rely on me. You get what I'm saying? So pretty much I don't want to prove them wrong, as like I'm speaking to this video right now, still doubting myself whether or not I could make 10K before 2026, or before I turn, actually 10K before 2025, or basically 10K before I turn 19. Because as of right now, I am bulking, trying to get stronger when it comes to benching and shit like that. And my source of income, like back then, I would get a coaching client. He would be from my fat loss coaching, yeah. But the thing is that as of right now, I'm kind of bulking, so pretty much my abs aren't visible. I'm not in the best shape right now, but I'm still big. I'm still strong. All that stuff. I believe that my coaching, it could transition into somewhat around that depending on the season, but I don't know if that works yet, because otherwise that would be some season it would be about gaining weight, putting on muscle, and yeah, and on some season it would be about cutting, as of in 2026, early 2026. That is when I would start cutting, dieting and all that shit. I would record everything because I like to record and basically document everything, right? And what else? I'm thinking of, even though I'm thinking of like this, even though I'm fat, I'm still not in the best shape because I'm bulking right now. I could still help other lose weight because, they've seen me diet, they've seen me lost 20 kilograms, like all these crazy transformation, right? But the thing is that how do I do that? Because as of right now, I'm still lost trading, med school, building a business, like building a coaching program, and also debating to myself whether or not if I should order, like the wraps, elbow wraps, when it comes to benching. I want to build a brand based off of that. But I'm still also doubting myself if people would actually buy it, because if you were to think about it, powerlifting, that is one whole niche, right? But if you were to niche it down, there's like the squats, the bench, the deadlift, all that bullshit, right? So there's the elbows, there's the elbow wraps, there's the belt, there's the wrist wraps, there's the fucking belt, there's the shoes, all that stuff, right? But the thing is that if I were to focus on just the elbow wrap, how would I make people buy it from me? And like, how could I make that business sustainable? I mean, capital, right? Because as of right now, I only have about $100-$200 in my bank account, and that is fucking low. So pretty much, I need to fucking, find a solution for this. Now, if you were to look back at the charts, price kind of didn't go as expected, as you can see right here. Where? Yeah, as you can see right here. Uh-huh. Yeah, so pretty much price did a bullish move, and yeah, or maybe I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. I'm still expecting a bearish move though after price mitigates the for value gap, but if not, well then it is what it is, because I didn't enter any trade today, but it just marked it out. And also I'm trying to find, like, at what time do I not trade, or like at what condition of the market do I not trade. Now I'm thinking of, looking at this strategy. So first of all would be the double manipulation. So basically, let's say the Asia, right? So the Asia would manipulate the fucking New York session from the previous day, right? And then London would manipulate, actually no, let's say Asia high and Asia low. So let's say London would manipulate the Asia high and then move down to Asia low. And then what the fuck do I do next? Probably nothing, because I'm trying to find a condition where I would limit myself from trading, right? And another thing is that I'm thinking of, the highs and lows of Asia and New York being together, but still kind of like Asia, low of the Asia. But we'll see though, because if the highs and lows of the Asia and London are still together, the London could still sweep the draws and liquidity from either the highs or lows and then move on to the other side. But fucking hell, it is what it is. I'm just speaking out my thoughts. Maybe I could document stuff if I continue posting. And yeah, pretty much that is everything I have to say. And yeah, damn, 22 minutes.